5 signs an avoidant partner is using you as a placeholder. There is a painful truth that many people in emotionally confusing relationships eventually have to face. Sometimes the person you are investing your time, energy, and emotions into is not building a future with you. They are simply keeping you around until something better, safer, or more convenient appears. And when that person has an avoidant attachment style, this pattern becomes even harder to recognize. Because avoidants don't always look like they're using you. They don't come across as obviously manipulative or intentionally cruel. In fact, they often seem calm, independent, and even emotionally stable on the surface. But underneath that surface, there can be a subtle dynamic where you are not a priority, just an option. The first sign an avoidant partner is using you as a placeholder is inconsistency disguised as independence. They will show up just enough to keep the connection alive, but never enough to build something stable. One day they are warm, engaged, and emotionally present in a way that feels real and promising. The next day, they become distant, unavailable, or completely withdrawn without explanation. And when you question this inconsistency, they frame it as their need for space or personal freedom. They make it seem like you are asking for too much when you simply want emotional consistency. This creates a confusing loop where you start lowering your expectations just to keep them close. But the reality is, consistency is not too much to ask for in a healthy relationship. The second sign is that they avoid defining the relationship at all costs. Every time the conversation moves toward commitment, labels, or future plans, they subtly redirect it. They might say things like, "Let's not rush things," or "I don't like labels." Even after a long time together, this keeps you emotionally invested while giving them the freedom to remain unattached. And the longer this goes on, the more you begin to feel stuck in emotional limbo. You are giving relationship-level energy without receiving relationship-level clarity. You are acting like a partner, but without the security of actually being one. This is one of the clearest signs that you are being kept as a placeholder. The third sign is that they only show up when it's convenient for them. They reach out when they feel lonely, bored, or in need of emotional comfort. But when you need support, reassurance, or deeper connection, they suddenly disappear. This creates a one-sided dynamic where your role becomes predictable. You are there to meet their emotional needs, but they are not there to meet yours. Over time, you start feeling emotionally drained and unfulfilled because you are giving more than you are ever receiving in return. The fourth sign is that they keep you at a safe emotional distance. No matter how much time passes, there is always a part of them that remains closed off. They share just enough about themselves to keep you interested, but never enough to be truly known. You may feel like you are close to them, but not fully connected. Like there is always a wall you cannot quite break through. And whenever you try to get closer, they subtly pull away or create distance again. This is not accidental. It is a way of maintaining control while avoiding true emotional intimacy. Because if they fully open up, the dynamic would have to change. The fifth and most painful sign is that your intuition keeps telling you something is off. Even when things seem okay on the surface, there is a quiet discomfort you cannot ignore. You feel uncertain about where you stand, even after investing so much time and emotion. You find yourself overthinking their actions, analyzing their words, and trying to make sense of mixed signals. You keep hoping that things will eventually become clear, stable, and secure. But deep down, there is a part of you that already knows the truth. And that truth is this: when someone truly wants to build a future with you, they don't keep you in confusion. They don't keep you guessing about your place in their life. They don't make you feel like you are easily replaceable. Avoidant partners who are genuinely invested will still show effort, clarity, and consistency over time. They may move slower, but they don't leave you feeling invisible or uncertain. So if you find yourself constantly questioning where you stand, if you feel like you are waiting more than you are receiving, and if your needs are consistently being minimized or ignored, you need to seriously consider the possibility that you are not being chosen. You are simply being kept. And there is a big difference between the two, because being chosen means you are valued, prioritized, and emotionally secured. But being kept means you are convenient, available, and replaceable. And once you see that difference clearly, you can no longer unsee it. That is the moment where everything begins to change.